Hello, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another DB2 function, which is sign. So why we need sign function? Basically, function will return a indicator value through which we can easily identify whether the data which we have stored in our column is a positive value, negative value, or a zero. Okay, so it will return three possible values: -1, 1 and 0. So if you are getting -1, it means you are using it for means your data is negative value. If you are getting 0, then your data is 0, and if you are getting 1, it means your column contains positive value. Okay, so this is the overall scenario where we can overall scenario for the sign function. Now I will show you one example like in which scenario we can utilize this function. So for that I will show you firstly the data. Here I will run one query, select star from Sharmit1/emp, and if I hit enter here, you can see here there is one column. This is the column where I have stored age as 0, but it is not possible. We can't store 0 as a age. So what we will do, we will, let's say if we are reading this column in our SQLRPGLE program, and there we want to check like what are the values which are not correct, because 0 is not correct in case of age and in case of age, right? And minus is also not a valid value for the age column. So we can track this thing with the help of sign function. How? We will use the sign function, then it will return the value either 1, -1 or 0. If it is 0, then we will take the further action according to our need or as per the logic of the program. But with this function we can easily identify which value is positive, which value is negative, and which one is 0. So let's see how we are using it inside SQLRPGLE program. So here first of all we are declaring that constant variable sqlstate_valid, which we are using for validating the query, and then we have one variable named as result. Here we will store the output. Then we are setting the commitment control as *none, and below to this we are running the query exec SQL select sign. Syntax is quite simple. You just need to write sign. Inside that you can pass your column. My column name is age into host variable result from Sharmit1/emp table, fetch first row only. So here we are fetching only the first row. If we got the value, means if this query is executed successfully, we are checking for the SQL state. If SQL state equals to SQL state_valid, then we will print the actual value. Otherwise we will print the SQL state along with the error message, query ended with an error, and doing the INR on. So let's quickly compile this program and call this program. So right now it is returning 0. Why? Because the age is 0 for first row. Okay, so from here you can easily understand the syntax. You just need to write sign and then column name, and then you can pass this value in the retrieve value inside a host variable. Alright, so this is about the 0. Now we will change something. So let me show you one query which I have already executed, this one. So here what I am doing, I am using sign function on table emp for a column age. Along with this I am also printing the actual age column. So if I hit enter, you can see it is returning 0 for this, because 0 will be returned if the value is 0. 1 will be written if the value is positive. So these all values are positive, and -1 would be written if any of the value is negative. Let's try this. So for that I will update one value from 0 to -1. So this is just a normal query for update, where I'm using update Sharmit1/emp, setting the age as -1, where first name is test, and then I'm hitting enter. After that, if I execute this query again, so you can see this time it is returning -1. It doesn't mean that you have stored -1, that's why it is returning -1. Even though if it was, let's say, -20, in that case also it will return -1. Why? Because basically it is checking for the value. If it is negative, then it will return -1. If it is positive, it will return 1. Like these are the different values, but still it is returning 1 for all the value, because 1 is indicating positive value. If there is any 0 value, then it will return 0, because 0 is indicating that we have 0 in the column. Okay, so this is how we can utilize this sign function, and this is mainly used to identify like which type of value we are holding in our column. So yeah, that's all for this session. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmat.